think we're good this time. Hello, my fiery friends, the Infernoman here with the hottest in budget deck technology. And for today's deck tech, we're going to be jumping, of course, into the midweek magic event to give you all the fun of whatever, what are they doing? Alchemy cards? Ew, that's disgusting. But that's okay, we'll just get through that real quick. And of course, we're going to be jumping into the main focus, which is going to be our Brawl deck. Okay, I think everything now is working perfectly fine. Let's go ahead, let's jump into the in-game part. Okay, yay, the screen is up, so that is nice. It's a little off right now, but that's okay. I'm just going to leave it as is. I'm not going to bother touching for now. I'll worry about trying to adjust the settings a little bit later on. In any case, I'm really hoping that we're going to have some fun today on stream, now that we finally have everything kind of working, so hopefully we won't have any more technical issues. But otherwise, let's jump into it. Yes, welcome back, Splinit. Sorry about that earlier, but it looks like everything is hopefully working now. But again, I'm not going to bother touching any more settings because everything's just working as is. So without further ado, let's see if I can jump in real quick. Is it working? That's the one thing I just want to know right now is the screen working, Splinit? Do you see anything on your side? It doesn't look like it's actually working. It should. Yes, it should. Okay. Okay, so I'm jumped into a game, but I don't see anything changing on the screen. Why is that? What is going on here? Like, okay. Hold on one second here again. Let's see. Oh, it's not working again? Oh, jeez. Well, I'm working at least, but okay. I don't know why the game is not transferring over. Huh. Oh, boy. I don't want to have to cancel the stream because of technical issues, but let me try another screen real quick. Okay. I think this one might do. Okay, so I think from here... Oh, there I am. So, I think... Okay. You know what? I think we're just going to have to do it this way today, everybody. Don't worry. We're just going to keep it as is. I guess that means the chat will not be visible for the time. So, hopefully y'all don't mind that. Hold on, actually. Let me see. What is my setting right here that I have? Okay. Hold on one second here. I do want to check one thing, though. Okay, so that works. In-game. Huh, okay. Here... Everything is working here, sort of, but not really. Okay. So it's weird. Like, you can see the cursor moving on this side, but the screen is not the screen that I have right now. Okay, so I'm just going to check one more time here. Don't worry, don't worry. Okay. Game captures. Okay, so that's that window. We'll close that out. Oh, it's like two different screens. That's weird. Okay. Okay, hold on one second. I will... Okay, let me see if I can fix this again one more time. Okay. Hold on one second. What was the setting I had here? Okay. Okay, so that's that. Capture specific. Sorry. I guess this is going to bother me until I get it fixed, so we can get it fixed. Okay. Okay, so it looks like that's there. Okay, so it looks like it is now finally getting there. Make a quick readjustment there. Put you back down over here. Oop, hold on one second. Wait, what did I just click on? Okay, whoops, I just clicked on my own thing here. Hold on. Tap you open. Wait, hold up. Get it back out of the editor. Oops. Okay, hold on. Sorry, everybody. Sorry. And... Okay. Progress? I guess that's just going to do. You guys can see what's going on. You guys know what's up. Okay, so yay. Okay. Hoping now we will finally get a chance to actually... Okay, it's working on your side, right, Splinit? It's working right now. Yes? I guess you're my guy to figure out this right now. So, I think we're working now. I think we're good. Yes, don't worry. I will redo the deck tech. Don't worry. We will have, we'll definitely have that. Okay. Phew, okay. After playing with the settings for like what seems like forever. Okay, we are definitely good now. But you can definitely see the game, right? Okay. We're just going to jump into the midweek magic thing. We'll just do our thing here, and then we will continue on. Okay. Don't worry, everybody. I will make sure, note to myself, please check the settings, Infernoman, before you jump on stream. I will take a note of that. I will take a note of that. Okay. But I appreciate you all hanging in there. Thanks again for just being patient with me on that one. Okay, so let's see. So with that, I guess we'll just mulligan this. I have no idea because these are all discussing alchemy cards, but I just want to get this event done. If this is going to take too long, do not worry. I will just jump out of it and just do something else. But otherwise, I think we should be okay with this. Let's see. Okay. I have no idea about what any of these alchemy cards are. But again, let me just do it this way. I think maybe I'll get 1 or 2 games in, win or lose, and I'm just going to jump right into the Brawl thing. I don't want to waste too much time with this. I have a little bit more time than normal today, so that's kind of why we were able to kind of mess around with the settings a little bit before we jump right into everything else. But I think we should be good to go here. So with this, let's play Fable Passage and pass. Okay. Again, I have no idea what any of these alchemy cards do. I personally don't really care. I just want to get my free rares. That's mostly, again, the whole reason why you want to do any of the midweek magic is if you just want to fill out your collection a little bit, just do these. Hopefully they should be pretty quick because, again, these are pre-cons today. We're definitely going to get into it in just a bit. So let's see. Let's activate. All right, sacrifice that. We're going to want to get a black source. So let's get Swamp. All right, we got the Blazemire Verge. Okay, well, that's not too bad. Let's see. We will play a Mountain, and we'll pass here. Okay, so it looks like, okay, what are these? Discard a card. If you do, seek 2 cards. Discard a card. Okay. Razor Demon. Okay. Huh. Okay. Well, I mean, that's fine, I guess. Okay, shove aside. What does this do? Cards of starting player you make. Interesting. We'll hit them. That's gone. And we'll play the Blazemire. And I guess we'll do this. Discard the Swamp. Seek 2 cards. Alright. Interesting. Okay. I'm stockpiling the wild cards. Currently have 4 mythic and 6 rare wild cards. Okay. Well, that's good. Whatever you're trying to build to, just keep it up. But I'm not going to lie. It is definitely going to take a while because of how they structure this. But I do believe in you. Okay, Abhorrent Oculus. Okay, that's definitely going to be scary for the remainder of the game, but we'll see. Okay. Okay, we'll play, I guess, Razor Demon? Okay. We draft a spell, so that means we're going to get something random. Target opponent drafts a card from Razor. They may cast this card without paying the mana cost. Wait, why would I want to do that? That sounds terrible. That sounds like a bad card. Why would they have that? I give my opponent a card? And they get to cast it for free? Oh, that's why, because it's a 3/7/7. Okay, well that's kind of dumb, but okay. I guess. Oh yes, that's the eye. The Oculus. I'm surprised why it's not an eye horror or eye nightmare. I mean, that's kind of nightmarish if you look at it enough. I don't know why they didn't just do that. But okay. I have no idea what any of these alchemy cards do. I'm going to be perfectly honest, I don't really care. I was just trying to at least get a feel for what I'm expecting if I do play in any of the historic format in the future. Because I actually do play still historic, but not that much. Not enough to make any YouTube videos because we have Timeless now. But, I mean, it is what it is. Alright. Verdant Dread, another alchemy card. They manifest Dread. Okay. Opponent. I don't know if they're going to swing. It's a 7/7. So it is big. It's not that... It's still not that menacing. I haven't had a chance to play with the Oculus yet, so I will definitely try to look into trying out that. Alright. They manifest Dread again. I think this might just be... Yeah. I guess right now my vibe right now is just I'm not feeling this too much here, but okay. Opponent's doing their thing here. Let's see. Interesting, okay. Fear of Ridicule. Fear of Lost Teeth. No attacks yet. Alright. Let's see. So I'm guessing right now we're just going to have to hold off with the 7/7. We have a Delirium cultist here. Okay, return the battlefield with finality counter. Okay, interesting. The roller coaster ride. I actually do want to play with this card at some point. This card might be actually kind of fun. We just need to set up a way to make it work. Okay, but we'll see. Again, it just depends on what our opponent's trying to do here. But now that I've kind of got myself a little bit more better footed here, how's everyone doing today? Hopefully, again, you're having a wonderful day wherever you're at, wherever you're watching the content. Do apologize that we had that false start earlier trying to do a technical issue, but we looks like we are definitely now back to where we want to be at. So I'm glad that we kind of got everything thankfully fixed, despite some of the goofiness. Okay. Let's see. Okay, Blazemire Verge. So I'm guessing, let's see. I guess we play this. And then 2. Just help us out. Come on. I guess. Take out the 2 manifest dreaded creatures. Okay, no attacks yet. Dense Planet. It's fine. My friend got his power cut off due to the hurricane. Oh. I'm sorry to hear that. Is your friend okay, though? Have you had a chance to contact him in any way? Hopefully, again, he's okay. Yeah, that storm was that was a scary storm. I don't have any friends or family out there in the area it was affected by, but I do hope that everyone that was out there is safe. Because that was a pretty scary storm. I did. He is fine. Okay, well, I'm glad to hear that. I'm glad he's okay. That's good. Okay, so our opponent's got the giant board because of that giant eye. Maybe we should put that eye in our deck today. I actually realized I haven't put the Oculus in there, so maybe I might throw him in. Maybe. We'll talk about that in a little bit here. As I'm trying to get myself warmed up here with this match, our opponent has 3 cards. They have 1 land in hand. We're tapped out completely. They're going to swing apparently with the eye. That's interesting. I'm guessing that means they have some kind of pump. If I was to guess, they definitely have pump. But we're going to just do this just because. Only just because I just want to get this going. Okay. So they did lose their eye, so to speak. Okay, all about that. The Oculus. It's played in timeless. It's that good. Wow, really? I haven't seen anybody actually play the card. So it's not that I don't believe you, Dense Planet. I guess, because I haven't seen it, I guess, I'm a little surprised, but I mean, that's kind of cool at least. Okay, our opponent here is going to try to fight us. That means they will have to discard a card. I'm guessing they're just going to discard the land. Yes? No? Maybe? Come on, opponent. What are you doing? Okay. Wow. They just let it actually get countered. Okay. Oh, our opponent just kind of gave up? Was that a shame scoop? They just shame scooped us? I mean, okay. I guess I'll take the free win. Yay? I don't know. You know what? I think I'm warmed up enough now. We don't need to do alchemy. So I'm not going to bore you guys with alchemy. We got our win from that one. I will just take the prize. I'll worry about getting the other win on my own time. So let's not bore you guys with that. Let's jump into what we're really here for. Let's go ahead. Let's talk about this deck. Nightmare Mill. Okay. I'm feeling a lot better now. Everything's a little bit more set up for us. So we're definitely going to now jump right into it. As soon as this loads up. Please don't die on me. Okay, there we go. Phew. That was a little close there. Okay, so with that, let's go ahead. Let's going to flip this around here so you can see the entire deck. See the whole thing set up here. So as I mentioned, this is going to be a mill deck. And honestly, mill is very hard to pull off in Brawl. 60 card formats, milling is not too bad. In 100 format, 100 cards is actually a lot harder to do. But I want to accept the challenge today with one card that actually might make it actually very fun to pull off. So we're going to be talking about the one and only Mind Skinner. So this is going to be our star of the show. It's our actual commander. It is a legendary enchantment creature here. It's a nightmare. It's a 10-1. Wow, that's actually crazy stats. But the Mind Skinner can't be blocked, so that's actually good for us. However, if a source you would control would deal damage to an opponent, you prevent that damage, and each opponent mills that many cards. So the whole point of this is we get the Mind Skinner out on the field, and then every one of our creatures that can do damage won't, but they will mill cards out of our opponent's deck. The Mind Scanner specifically can mill 10 just at its base, but we can definitely pump it up. We can definitely do a lot more stuff with it. So how exactly are we going to be able to pull this off with our commander? So with that, let's kind of briefly talk about the deck tech. Go for every single card because this is going to take a little while. But once we're done talking about every card, we'll jump into as many matches as we can to show you how well the deck does. So starting at the 1-drop slot here, we have either Spell Bomb, simple little artifact here. You can either use it to then draw a card, or you can use it to bounce something away. This is mostly just to, again, target stuff that probably is going to be protected by blue. So that's why we have it. We have Wizard class here. Wizard class is one of our enchantments that makes sure we don't have a maximum hand size. Level 2 here allows us to draw some cards, and anytime we draw a card, you get a +1/+1 counter on a creature we control. So this can help us sometimes pump up Mind Skinner later into the game to just mill our opponent a lot more faster. Merfolk Secret Keeper here, it has the adventure ability, allows us to mill 4 cards, and it's a 0/4, so it provides decent blocking in the early game. Overwhelmed Apprentice here, enters, it mills 2 cards, then we get to scry 2, so this is actually nice for us, of course, just for chump blocking. Phantom Interference here allows us to either counter a spell at various points in the game, or you can then use a spree mechanic to also create a spirit just again for a little bit more defense. Ruin Crab here, it's only a single copy because again it is singleton, but we had to throw it in here because that ability is hilariously fun, and I actually like milling out our opponent even in singleton with crabs. Siren Storm Tamer here is a flying Siren Pirate Wizard. It's a 1/1, but we can sacrifice it to counter an ability that targets a creature we control. This is mostly for protection for the Mind Skinner. Speaking of additional protection, we have Slip Out the Back. We could phase things out and avoid anything that gets exiled for a turn. Storm Chaser's Talent here is one of the enchantment classes here. It enters, it creates an otter, and also has the Prowess ability. At level 2, we can then bounce a instant or sorcery back from the graveyard to our hand. And at level 3, if we could pull this off, we can then start creating more and more otters with Prowess to just fill out our board and do a lot more extra damage. Stubborn Denial here because we do have a 10/1, so this is already going to be a 1-mana counter spell, so this is really good to have, so we had to throw it in there. 3 Steps Ahead is going to be one of our instant spree abilities here. We can use it to either be a counter spell, we can make a token of an artifact or creature we control, or we can just draw some cards and discard. Unable to Scream is going to be one of our pseudo removal cards here because once we put it onto a creature, it will lose all abilities and becomes a toy artifact, and it's a 0/2. And as long as the enchanted creature is face down, it can't be turned face up. Not too often we're going to run into that, but it just helps. Wash Away, of course, is a staple for any of our decks that use blue because with the Cleave ability, it allows us to also counterspell if we need to normally, or we can just pay the 1 and we just counter their commander. So that's actually really nice for us. Witness Protection works the same way as just the Unable to Scream. It just converts one of our opponent's creatures into something that's weak enough that we just can deal with it. As you see, the guard approach is again more protection for us, or again a tempo play to tap something down. Altar of the Brood here allows us to keep milling our opponent out whenever another permanent we control enters. So this is actually really nice for us once we start making some tokens with another creature that I'll talk about in just a moment. In the 2-drop slot, we have Bayeen Veil here. It's either a tap land, or we can just soften up our opponent's creatures and give them -2 until end of turn. Compelling Argument, simple mill card. You can either cycle it or mill 5. Confounding Conundrum here. This is again to just stop any of those cheaty landfall decks out there to force them to bounce away their lands, just to make sure that we can slow them down and keep it fair. Dazzling Denial, another one of our counter spells here. We don't have that many birds in the deck, but we do have it just in case. Disdainful Stroke here can also counter a spell that's actually really big for more. Drown Seeker here, I absolutely love this card, and of course it's great for our deck because we're pretty much all blue, so this will of course will ensure that we can keep milling our opponent. Fey Flight here just gives more protection to one of our creatures, giving it hexproof, and it gives us flying, so if we could put it on the Mind Skinner here, it'll for sure just get a lot of extra value and damage. Gossip's Talent's another one of our classes here. When it enters, we get to Surveil 1, we get it to level 2, and a creature with power 3 or less can't be blocked, so all of our weak creatures will be able to start doing some more damage with the Mind Skinner out. Iceberg Cancrix here, another crab for us to help us just do some milling. Lofty Denial, again, another counterspell. Maddening Cacophony here. This, again, can be extremely devastating if we manage to get enough mana to kick it. If we kick it, we can then mill our opponent's library half of it. So that's insane value if we can manage to pull that one off. Oh, Travis, welcome. Welcome, Hoken. Hopefully, again, you're having a great time. Fun card. Got it from a pre-con promo. Built a deck with what had my collection and build my friend. Oh, that is awesome. I love hearing that you actually managed to pull it off. So thanks again for sharing that with us. We're going to see today if we can actually pull off the same thing today that you did with your friend. So nice. If you actually have the deck list, throw it up in the Discord. I would love to see like what you managed to kind of put together here. Sometimes it's actually more fun to just scrap together cards from your collection, even if it's not optimized, to see if you can pull off something with it. Okay, continuing on, everybody, because I want to try to get through this as quick as possible. Make Disappear here has the casualty ability of 1. We don't do that too often here, but it is a nice counterspell in the mid game. Saiba Cryptomancer here can help us out again. It is pseudo protection, but we can also utilize it to chump block in a pinch. Sweet Oblivion here is a repeatable mill card, so we can just keep milling our opponent out for 4 cards, and we can escape it for 4 and exiling 4 cards. Counterspell's a staple. We have to throw it into the deck. Get Out here is also going to be another one of our counterspells, and also we can use it for a bounce ability. Collector's Vault for 2 mana. I actually really love this card as well. It'll just help us again do some mill. Well, actually not milling. Sorry, I didn't mean to say that. Just helps us again filter through our deck, draw a card, discard a card, create some treasure tokens to create some more value. Environmental Sciences. I'm just going to simply say it's just a colorless ramp spell for us. So we have to throw it in there and gives us some life gain. Reckoner Bankbuster here. This is the one I'm going to be debating, but I don't know if I want to keep this one in the deck. But for now, we'll just hold it off. It just helps us, again, utilize it to crew if we need to make a beefy creature. But mostly it's just for the value that provides for just drawing some cards. Sapphire Medallion, since it is legal, of course, in this format, we have to throw it into the deck. And, of course, it just helps us make everything cheaper. Swiftfoot Boots here is for Hexproof and Haste, and it protects our Mind Skinner. Brewvac here is actually really hilariously fun for the deck. Basically, it just helps us double our mill. So we want to definitely have this out with a Mind Skinner, and it is hilarious if we can get it to go off. Hydroelectric Specimen here, it's either a land in a pinch, or we can use its flash ability to kind of retarget a spell that our opponent is casting and put it onto the specimen. Midnight Clock here just helps us again refuel our hand, and again as it ticks down, it's also a mana rock, good for us just to fill out our hand. Psychic Corrosion here is also good because when we draw cards, we force our opponent to mill. Raven Form here, another type of removal. We can exile an artifact or creature, turn it into a bird. Salinity Visions to help us dig out another card out of our deck, or it's a tap land in a pinch. Teferi's Tutelage here, also same thing, drawing cards, making our opponent to mill, just like same thing like Psychic Corrosion. Don't Say Please, another one of our counter spells, and it helps mill. Dissipate here for counterspelling and exiling things that we need to in a pinch. Saw It Coming here, another counterspell. It has a foretell mechanic. Sink into Stupor, it's going to be a tempo play, or we can use it as a land. Thought Collapse here, just the same as Didn't Say Please. Counterspell and mill. You find the Villain's Lair. Always I have to throw this card in to either draw some cards or counterspell. Heraldic Banner here may look a little odd because we're not really a creature deck per se, but it is helpful to kind of give our creatures a little extra pump, and it is a mana rock that we need. Murmuring Mystic, this is again where that actual mana rock and Talran Sky Summoner come into play. So if we can get at least one of these out, we can then start making a bunch of drakes and birds. So this is actually where that counterspell I mentioned earlier, Dazzling Denial, comes into play with Murmuring Mystic. We can get a bird out. It's a much better counterspell. Talran here, they all create flyers, which is great for us to also do some more milling if we have the Mind Skinner out, and helps us again protect our board. Asinine Antics here is a pseudo Wrath if you want to. And okay, I'll see if I can put the list together. Okay, great. Thanks again for that. Appreciate it. Sorry, I'm just getting sidetracked there. Okay, we're almost done, everybody. Asinine Antics here. 4 mana as a pseudo Wrath just turns all of our opponent's creatures into cursed little frogs, which is cute for us, but also we can pay 2 additional to play it at instant speed using the flash mechanic. Devious Cover-Up, another big counterspell along with Rewind here. Rewind will just help us to untap our lands after we use it. Devious Cover-Up can then help us just kind of throw up extra cards from our graveyard back into our library, which is great. Archive Trap here. Hopefully we can maybe trap someone with this. This will be hilarious if we can pull it off. But if we make our opponent search, we can pay nothing and of course mill them for 13, which is absolutely awesome. Patient Rebuilding here is at the top end of the curve here for 5 mana. You can then mill your opponent out for 3, and then we can keep putting some cards into our hand if we keep milling lands, which is actually great for us. And then on the top end of the curve, one of our biggest finishers here is Teresian Mindbreaker here. If we can get this out, let's say Brewvac, you can mill out their whole game plan in one swing. So this is insane if we can get it off. It also has Unearth, so we also have a second chance if it ends up dying. Into the story here, because we are doing a lot of milling, it just helps us draw some cards. You're never going to have to pay, ideally, the 7. You'll only have to pay 4 as long as you can keep milling. Treasure Cruise here, because we are also doing a bunch of spell casting ourselves, we have to use this, draw some cards. Usually you only have to pay 1 or 2 mana, which is great. And then finally, at the very end here, Mirror Room, we can then make a reflection of any one of our creatures here. Ideally, you want to then reflect either the Murmuring Mystic or something else like a crab. Then just make an extra copy just to help mill out faster. But ideally, the 7 mana drop side, the Fractured Realm, can help trigger off things additionally to then ensure we can get more milling done very quickly. And then because, as you haven't already noticed, this is definitely not a budget deck, but I will try to talk about budget versions at the end of the stream. I'll then go over again how you can kind of cut this down to still make it fun, but at the same time affordable. However, since we're going to go all out today, we'll have to use Hollow Storm Giants as another backup plan. Infinite Rivulet here. It is a desert. We can also use it to mill fort, but ideally you want to sacrifice this for another card we'll talk about in just a second. Mystic Sanctuary, it's a mono blue deck. It's a staple. We have to throw it into the deck. 28 snow-covered islands. Arid Archway to just do some bouncing with things such as maybe one of our Celindy Visions here or Bayeen Veil to then reutilize it as an actual spell. Fountain Port here, again, just to create some more tokens for us, create some treasures, just draw some cards. It's just random utility. Reliquary Tower, if we're drawing a bunch of cards, we're going to want to keep them all in our hand. Scavenger Grounds here, this is again where those deserts come into play here because we can utilize this to exile, say, the Rivulet and utilize it a couple of extra times just to exile graveyards. And finally, to finish out here, Volatile Fault here to then destroy a non-basic land an opponent controls and then give us a treasure token. Whew! Okay, so that was a lot to, as always, take in, everybody. I do apologize again, it takes so long for Brawl decks, but I thank you all for just hanging in there. But otherwise, is it possible to mill out in 100 card singleton in opponent's deck? Well, I don't know about you, but I'm super excited to pull this off now. So let's go ahead, let's jump in. Let's see if we can create a milling nightmare for our opponents and see how well the deck does. Whew. Okay, sorry, I gotta catch my breath there for a second. Jeez. It's always so tiring to do deck techs live, but I do have fun with it, so I do enjoy doing it. Yes. So we're basically turning their whole deck into a health bar here. So yeah, they have 100. Although actually, now that you think about it, as you draw your 7 cards, your health is technically at 93 to start, just as FYI. But okay, so here we go, everybody. As soon as we can get our opponent online here, I don't expect us to get a ton of wins with this deck because milling is definitely a challenge, but I'm actually going to be excited if we can at least get one off today. If we can get one full mill cycle, I will definitely say this deck is a win. But even so, I've tested this out a little bit. I have yet to actually pull off a full mill, but we definitely have opponents that tend to just kind of quit because, let's be real, nobody wants to get their whole deck milled. So hopefully, again, we can pull it off. Okay. We got a Sapphire Medallion, which is great to cheapen all of our costs. We have an Environmental Science, Secret Keeper. Okay. I think this is good. This is really good. We'll definitely get out our Mindbreaker pretty quick here. Our opponent is playing, looks like an Elves token deck because they have Rise the Redeemed and they already played a Llanowar Elf. So, all right. Game on, opponent. Ooh, we also got, we already got the Crab. All right. Can we make this nightmare come true, everybody? I sure hope so. If our opponent is also going to ramp too, this is also one of the biggest advantages you at least have in one-on-one when it comes to milling. If your opponent's going to start ramping, they will speed up the clock themselves, which does give us a major advantage. All right, here we go, everybody. Let the milling begin. Okay, so with that, we want to make sure we get our land drops. So let's get Environmental Science, get a snow-covered island, gain some life. No, obviously no attacks, not that it matters. Okay, Dense Planet. I'll confess something. I'm something of a Dimir rogue player myself. I kind of enjoy making everyone miserable. Well, at the same time, that kind of doesn't surprise me about you. I know we've been talking here and there, of course, on stream, and I could definitely say I know your style, Dense Planet. You definitely like controlling things. You like playing a bit of the mid-range, but making people miserable? Oh, you are a sneaky, sneaky player. But okay, that's totally cool. If that's how you play, that's fine. Okay, opponents, do you have an answer? Yes? No? Maybe? We are shields down for now, per command. Okay, so they are making tokens. Okay. Also, don't worry, later this week, I will be putting up the poll, so that way everybody from the on YouTube can start voting on what you would like me to build for Halloween. I think we might, I don't know if I want to do it as a deck tech yet, or I might do it as a stream maybe the day before Halloween, since I stream usually on, on Wednesdays. So don't worry. We'll try to create that soon. Okay, opponent is swinging with their squirrels and their Llanowar Elves. We'll just block 1. We take 1. We go down to 26, which is fine. Okay, so how do we do this here? All right. I think... I think we'll put down the Sapphire Medallion because we want to cheapen everything. And, okay. From here, we start the swing. Hit them all the way down. That's 10. Here we go. All right, they're at 71. Can we get there? We're going to try. I'm going to hold on to the Bayeen Veil because this will basically kind of slow them down for one whole turn cycle, which will be great. Oh, crap. Are you serious? They actually have the Moonshaker Cavalry already on that. Disgusting. Oh, boy. Okay, okay. I don't know if we can survive the hit here. We're going to try. Wow. They actually had that already. I mean, I could soften them up here, but... Wow. Actually had that already? I can't believe that. I swear, sometimes Arena messes with me. I swear. That had to be a very good hand and lucky to get that, but okay. I'm not going to be salty. We just got started, everybody, so don't worry. We're going to try again. Okay. This time, we're going to do it. This time is much better. It'll be much better this time. I mean, we could put together at some point like a Nightmare mill deck, maybe for Explore. I would have to kind of experiment with that, but it is definitely doable. It is definitely a doable thing. Obviously, it would be more easier to do in Explore since it's a 60 card, and also you can have 4 copies of our Nightmare milling creature. But for now, I wanted to take on the challenge, so don't worry. We'll definitely talk about that maybe a little bit later on Dense Planet. Not to worry. Okay, so our opponent is playing Kalia, so we might be in for some shenanigans, but we're going to try again, as always, to get around this. Okay, so in the meantime, what do we got here? We've got Fountain Port, Volatile Faults, 1 island, Overwhelmed Apprentice, and we have a counterspell. The counterspell will be nice later on, but we need the mana to ensure we can get that up and ready. But otherwise, okay. If we can get at least 1 more mana source here, we can get down to Murmuring Mystic, which would be nice too. Ideally, we want islands. We need more islands. The Volatile Fault's not bad, but I want to make sure we can get to what we need. All right. Opponents. Okay, so we did get our another island, which is nice. Overwhelmed Apprentice. Let the milling begin. Mill 2. And then, what do we want here? I guess we'll do it this way. I want to keep up counterspells for now, as much as possible. Just to slow down our opponent here. Because they have a Sabi Triome. So that's going to be tapped, but that's okay. Blue Spork, welcome. There is a cute enchantment mill deck that can be played in Explorer right now with a new crab. Ooh, okay. Like, do you have a link or a deck list for that one? I am kind of curious to see what that looks like. That sounds actually kind of cool. I would love to see that. Down to 24. Okay. Also, welcome. Thanks for joining us today. Appreciate it. Opponent's playing Cold Steel Heart. Okay, so here's how we're going to do this. We're going to then just slow them down as much as possible. Actually, hold on. Wait, that's the wrong one. Actually, hold on. No, actually, we'll let them keep that. Because I realize our counterspells are hard counterspells, so we're just going to have to slow them down as much as we can here. Okay, in the meantime, Collector's Vaults. Volatile Faults. Okay. Let's swing for now. It's tempting to put down that Mind Skinner right now, but we will have to wait just a little bit. Just a smidge, because I want to make sure that our opponent can start casting their stuff. We have counterspells ready to go. So I'm just going to have to bide my time. Okay. Opponents, you've got 3 mana open. 6 cards in hand. What do you got? Okay, go for the throw. I mean, that's fine. I'll let it die. That's fine if they want to use it for that. At least it's not on the Mind Skinner, so that does buy me some time. Okay, so... Okay, wait. Ooh, Bruvac is nice. That is definitely nice, but we're going to have to wait just a smidge. In the meantime, Collector's Vaults. Okay, so... Game plan right now. We can start drawing and discarding. We could put the Terrassian Mindbreaker in there, too. I think I have an idea here. But it all depends on if we can pull this off. Heraldic Banner. We might need a moment here to set this up. Blue. And pass. Okay, so the game plan right now, I have Bruvac. I have the Terrassian Mindbreaker. I might Collector's Vault to throw it into the yard. We need Bruvac to survive 1 turn. Okay. Counterspell Kalia. Sorry, opponent. Too bad. Okay. Dense Planet. Okay, I'll toss some ideas. The mentioned deck: Nightmares, Rakdos Zombies, Selesnya Survivors, Orzhov Horror Reanimator, and Valgavoth and Overlords, and maybe just more than just me ideas. Oh. Well, actually, now that you mentioned the Overlords, if you stick around to the very end, Honestly, Dead Splendid, I kind of already have a deck set to go that actually does involve the Overlords, and that's actually going to be our next deck tech that is coming out over the weekend. But we'll talk about that at the end of the stream. So don't worry, it is there. It is there. Okay. Brewvac. Come on, Brewvac. I need you to survive one turn cycle. Just one turn cycle. That's all we needed to do. If our opponent does not try to destroy Brewvac, I think we have a shot here. Blue Spork. I missed the deck building for this. How many petitioners did you put in this deck? Actually, I know that was probably the easier option there, but I chose not to do that. I wanted to see if we could just do it the old-fashioned way, the hard mill. I do have at least an idea that you could put together if you want to make this available in budget form with persistent petitioners. So this one actually is petitioner-free. Okay, opponent has the edict effect, so even if I do counterspell this, okay. Actually, we can probably bounce this real quick. Opponent, do you have another removal spell? Come on. I'm sure you have something. But yes, there is a budget version that I have thought about for persistent petitioners, but I wanted to see if we could just do this the honest way, because again, that would actually be more of a challenge. Okay. Edict did not work. Okay. Oh, classic Collier. Okay. Well. Ooh, okay. Well, that's also helpful too. So let's see. How do we do this here? I guess we'll just have to remove it now. Actually, hold on one second. Let me think about this for a second here. Okay. So, let's see. Well, she already did her thing, so it's not like it's going to help us out. So maybe we should save that for the Ancient Gold Dragon. I think I'll put in the Murmuring Mystic, and we'll wait there. Oh, that's right. Also, we have Beasties in from Duskborn too. Again, we have ideas. We do have a lot of stuff to work with here, so there's definitely some options here that I believe we can pull off. Okay, Lysaea. Okay. Lysaea's a little scary, so we're gonna exile her. Make a bird. She's gone. We'll put down Confounding Conundrum. Draw a card. Okay, we did get an island, which is nice. No attacks yet. Okay. So, I still think we can pull off this combo here with Brewvac and the Teresian Mindbreaker. However, we need to find a way around these flyers. Okay, so here's how we do this here. Okay, so, Burb? Yes, Burb is the word. Brewvac coming in. We will... Let's see, I guess... Tap. Bounce back the island. Mind Skinner. No attacks yet. Okay, so... I know our opponent is going to try to start doing their dragon shenanigans, if I'm guessing. But we have the Mind Skinner ready to go, and also we have Brewvac. Gix. Okay. Callie of the Vast... Oh, wow, they're actually attacking with it. Okay. Tapped and attacking. So this is the scary part, everybody, but that's okay. We block the Ancient Gold Dragon, at least. Okay. Down to 13. They draw a card. Down to 78. Okay. Okay. Do we have enough mana to pull this off? Okay, so here's how we do this. Draw a card. Wait, do we have enough to pull this off? Teresian Mindbreaker. Okay, can we do this here? Opponent, will you let us do this? This is so risky right now. Did we do it? Did we pull this off? Oop, hold on, hold on. Did we pull this off? Did we do it? Oh my goodness. We just broke it. Yes, yes, yes. Oh my gosh, we did it! Ah! Oh my God. We did it! We actually pulled it off! Oh my goodness! Yes! Opponent, we just milled out their whole deck! Oh, I'm so glad we pulled that off! Yes! The dream! The dream! We just pulled it. Oh my goodness. I'm dying over here. Oh my God. I can't believe we've actually pulled it off. Oh wow. I'm so glad we got that on stream. Oh, I definitely need to put this into a short for later on. That's definitely going to be on the highlight later on in the weekend. I'm definitely have to make a short for that. Yes, got him. We pulled it off, everybody. Wow. Okay. Oh man, that was the high, everybody. Whew. I didn't think we were gonna pull that off. Man, that Teferi's protection scared me for a second there, but we had the counter spell right when we needed it. Oh man. Okay. Even if I lose the remainder of the matches today, that was it, everybody. At the very least, you got to see. Technically, that wasn't a Mind Skinner win, but we got the Bruvac Teresian combo off there, so I'm super happy about that one. Oh man. Oh God, so goodness. So I have to definitely make a short for that, and I'll put that one up on YouTube later on, everybody. So that at least will kind of get everybody that hasn't seen the stream. That'll get you all hyped for this deck. Woo! What makes Mind Skinner so much fun? Well, as you kind of see, like with Mind Skinner, you're not worried about damaging their life. All you're just trying to do is mill them out like crazy here. Okay, this is a bit of a slow hand here, but we do have a Mind Skinner anyway. So what makes the Mind Skinner so much fun is just the fact that it's unblockable. So there's definitely a couple ways you can actually build the Mind Skinner up. The version we're doing right now is mostly the honest version, as in you play the Mind Skinner and you have your other cards do the milling for you. However, another way you can build the Mind Skinner is you can make this a Voltron style commander. So in other words, those of you out there that are interested, you could probably put like equipment spells on it. You can give it pump spells, enchantment spells that pump up the Mind Skinner, and you can just start swinging like crazy with it while protecting it to help beat down your opponent here. So that's another way you can do it. But we'll talk again about more of this once we get to the end of the stream. There definitely are a couple of ways that the Mind Skinner actually is oh, we have the Teresian Mindbreaker again. I'm gonna keep that there for now. Okay, we're gonna hold on to that. Oh man. Oh, don't worry, we will clip that. Oh, our opponent already gave up? Oh, I guess they just didn't want to get milled out, but okay. You know what? Yes, I had fun there. Okay. All right. We might encounter this quite a bit. If our opponent doesn't beat us down, they're probably going to start they're probably just going to start scooping because they're going to be raging at us. But hey, we'll take it. I'll take the wins. Get your dailies done at the very least. A lot easier that way. Oh, okay. Sorry, you weren't asking the question. You were stating it. Sorry. My bad. But yes, that's what makes him so much fun. That is. Blue Spork, Sphinx's tutelage really needs to get added to Arena. Haha. I also do hope that when they finally do the Pioneer update, it adds in all the really good mill cards. Yes. That's honestly one of the things I've kind of been waiting for is they're still holding off on quite a few cards that we need an Explorer to make it basically officially Pioneer. I hope that day comes soon. I'd like to hope that minimum, it has to be within the next year or so. There's not really an excuse aside from them, moving resources to just put out there more paper product that, no offense, but some of the paper product that they're making right now, I don't really care about. I mean, again, no offense. If you like the Warhammer set, I did buy that deck. I did buy the precon. If you like the Doctor Who cards, I didn't buy that precon, but if those made you happy, or the Fallout set, that's cool. I don't buy all of the precons, but I feel like sometimes they need to put some resources into Arena. Arena can be so much more amazing, but they just need to put more resources into this, and not Alchemy. I know some people like Alchemy. I still think that is a waste of time for Arena. If they reallocate the resources of Alchemy and put that into just putting in actual cards from Pioneer, I think I'd be much more happier. I think a lot of the community that plays on Arena will be a lot happier if we just got Pioneer first. Actually, you know what? I'll even be more fair. If they actually put all the focus on updating Explorer to make it full Pioneer, and then they put in all the Alchemy cards, that's perfectly fine. I would have been fine with that. And that's only just because that actually would have given us at least a shot of saying, hey, y'all can play with the actual paper formats, but now we'll add on a digital format. And that would have been perfectly fine. I would have been happy with that. But the fact that they keep doing alchemy cards with every set, instead of using those resources for the actual game, I don't know. I don't know. I think the priorities are a little mixed up there, but that's just me. You tell me in the comments, everybody, what do you think? Am I being weird? Do you think what I'm doing is legit? Oh, I realized that we could have done more damage there, but okay, that's fine. Secret Keeper. Okay, here we go. Dense Planet. Oh, right. How did I forget? Mono black with demons. Yes. Don't worry. I will put up a poll soon about what y'all want to see. So that is coming. Okay. Mind Scour is off the top of my head the one that's still missing. Oh, Tome Scour. Yes. That's definitely a card we need. We definitely need that. No attacks yet. Also Blue Spork. I'm not a fan of alchemy cards. It's just not... And it's not just because Heist is super annoying. Oh, yeah. I played with some of the Heist cards. Those cards are busted. Even with some of the tweaks they make, they're just, like, broken. And I honestly am just not a fan of them. Again, at some point, yeah, I will make another one of my rants about alchemy. I don't want to do it just yet, but I will again someday soon. So just hang in there, everybody, for that one. I will definitely have more words for that. Okay, so we will swing with Mind Skinner. Mill 10. There we go. Here comes the mill opponent. Hee hee hee. So we're going to have to keep up now our mana just for the counter spells, just to protect the Mind Skinner from getting destroyed. Because they are playing Golgari, so I'm expecting removal at some point. Kazandu. Alright. You know what? That's fine, opponent. I don't care that you actually gain a lot of life. All we're just trying to do is mill you out, so this is fine. Totally fine. Yeah... Historic is ruined because of alchemy. That's why I switched to Explorer and Brawl. Honestly, that's kind of also the reason why I do most... I'm sure most of you who watch my content, you all know that the majority of my stuff now is primarily focused on just doing Explorer, Brawl, and Timeless. And that's, again, it's not to say I don't want to do other forms... Oh, okay. Did we take too long, opponent? Sorry about that. Okay. Yay. See? Nobody wants to get milled at, everybody. So that's mostly what I'm expecting is more players that are just going to quit out. But maybe I took too long there. Sorry. Wasn't trying to take too long, but hey. Got to chat with all y'all. Any case, yes. Honestly, I wouldn't mind Historic if they just didn't have the alchemy cards. Here's I think how they should have done it. So, in my opinion, if you really are going to push alchemy cards, honestly, just the one playlist they had would have been fine. I think the way they should structure this for Arena is standard, that's fine. Explorer, of course, is Pioneer, as we're going to build into that. Timeless is basically now Legacy / Modern in a way, with a little dash of Vintage on power level alone. And that's honestly where things should have been perfectly fine for that. And in my opinion, though, this is where it gets a little awkward. Because Historic right now has a weird identity. And in my opinion, I think what they should have done was Historic should have been the modern format for Arena. And we would have had basically the Vintage format where everything goes should have just been Timeless. Like the fetch lands, I think actually could have been in Historic with some more banned cards. And I think that actually would have been fine. But I don't know. All I can just say right now is Historic is definitely in a weird spot. Like most of what I do, I kind of ask myself, you know, I can do more deck techs for Historic, but then I ask myself, there's not really a point to it because Timeless is right there, and Timeless has more fun cards, at least in my opinion. Okay, Blue Spork, what is your opinion on how Arena will be used to test nerfing broken cards such as Galvanic Recharge, etc.? I was playing with improved Laughing Jasper Flint against Bruvac. I got milled by kicking Maddening Cacophony. I like hearing that. The Maddening Cacophony with Bruvac, that is hilarious. That's also another cool way we can win with this deck. So I'm glad you got to pull that off. Okay, so here's how we do this. I guess we'll foretell for now. Put that away. And we will pass. Huh. Sometimes I don't know. In terms of answering a question about the nerfing broken cards, it's kind of tricky because personally, I mean, I don't really, I'm just not a fan of it. And the reason why is I think it's just kind of disingenuous to kind of, you know, give people the option of playing the cards that they want. But then what do you do? Like, then if somebody's like, well, I want to play this in paper, because I try to focus, for example, like my deck techs, I always try to make sure that you can play the cards, but at the same time, I want to make sure that if you want to put it together in paper, it's still a 1-for-1. We'll pass right here, by the way. I'm just not a fan of nerfing cards. It does confuse a lot of players. Because say like, okay, let's take an example. Okay, so when they pulled out the Battle for Baldur's Gate, they didn't do the whole set 1-for-1 for Arena. And that made a lot of cards kind of confusing. Because, for example, Tasha is definitely different in paper than she is in Arena. And when you have cards like Galvanic Recharge, with the way they're designed, they're supposed to be, they kind of definitely flips your whole let's see, hold on, how do I do this? Okay, compelling argument. I don't know. I guess the way I perceive it is I would like cards to just stay as they are printed. Making erratas digitally by nerfing and buffing, it kind of messes with people's strategies. So then you kind of really have to really evaluate how you want to do certain things. So we're going to hold off on the counter spell just in case if our opponent does anything here. If we do manage to untap next turn, then we can put the Swiftfoot Boots onto the Mind Skinner. Plunder, okay. That's fine, opponents. Draw some cards. We'll start milling them out next turn. But again, that's just how I feel. I'm just not a fan of errata-ing and stuff like that. I mean, because when they tell you reading the card explains the card, it doesn't really work if you're nerfing cards, especially digitally. But again, that's just me. Oh, hold on. Counterspell that. Yes, I get to draw a card. That's fine. Phew. Okay. I was playing Blue Spork. Fetch lands would be fine in Explorer. I think if they banned Deathrite Shaman ahead of time. Deathrite Shaman's also definitely a powerful card still, even in this day and age. I will definitely say it's definitely okay. So we got Scavenger Ground, which is great for later. Mill. Put the Mind Skinner. Okay, so now the Mind Skinner is protected, which is great. And we will swing here. Mill our opponent for 10. There we go. No, I meant I got milled. Oh, oops. I'm sorry to hear that, Dense Planet. Sorry you got milled there. Well, hopefully again, you'll win next time. Don't worry. You will definitely win next time. I believe in you. Blue Spark. The weird historic nerfs have kept Boros Energy from being the best deck in historic. No Ragavan, and nerfs to Galvanic Recharge, Soul Warden, etc. It's a double-edged sword, I guess. Yeah. The moment they do... I say, how do I do this? Should I do this now? No. I'm going to counterspell it. So, sorry, opponent. No getting off Greasefang for you. Okay. Nothing, opponents? Okay. Storm Chaser's talents. So we'll put down the river. Mill some more. Okay. We're at the halfway point for our opponent here. This is actually pretty sweet. So with that, Storm Chaser's talent. Opponents. We will not pay. This will just help mill them out, I realize, a little faster. So that's actually kind of good for us. And then... swing here. Get another 10 out of the way. So yeah, I don't know. I know some people complain right now about Boros Energy. I actually do like the deck, but I understand also it kind of messes with some things because of how... oh, you know how it is. It's very oppressive in the sense that the cards are too synergistic. That's kind of how it is. Okay, so we're going full control for a second here, so pause for a second here. Opponent is going to try to do their thing. But, sorry, opponents. No matter what you pick, you're not going to get the card. You're tapped out, and I'm going to use Scavenger Grounds. Sacrifice a desert. This is what I was talking about earlier, everybody. Sacrifice... let's see, okay. So we will pay. We will pay. Sacrifice here. Sorry. Nothing about it. You get nothing. Oh my goodness, we actually got to pull that one off too. Oh my goodness. Wow, this deck is actually kind of doing its thing. I'm actually really happy for this. Okay. So, we will pass here. Or we'll go into our turn. Okay. Sorry, I'm having a little bit of fun here. Don't worry, I'll read the chat. I'll read the chat. Oh, yeah, I know. I think I kind of got what you were saying there. So yeah, you know, Guide of Souls is just... That's a really good card there. Let's see. Got 6. I want to make sure we have enough mana open so we can just Scavenger Grounds again. So here's how we do this. Swing here. Another 10 more. They're down to 32. So they're almost milled. We actually might pull this one off here. I'm actually really happy. So Secret Keeper. Decline. Draw another card opponent to mill you out a little faster. And then, okay, how do we do this here? We will want to... I guess we can put that down just for blocking purposes. Pass. Okay. So, patient rebuilding. I'm hoping to get at least one more mana open so we can just put this down. And then hopefully we can beat our opponent there. Guide of Souls is also very efficient. So I will definitely say that's also a tough card to deal with. Okay, Rite of Oblivion. Well, I guess we don't have a choice here. So that means now our Mind Skinner is free to get hits. And I'm guessing our opponent here is going to just smash it. Yep. Well, that stinks, but okay. Put it back into the command zone. But we need to make sure our opponent does not get any value off of this. Oh, the Parhelian's got... That can't stay alive. So, alright, well, this is our second chance to do this, so... Sacrifice the Scavenger Grounds. It did its job very well, so that's actually good. Phew! Okay. Okay, so, at this point, I think we're going to have to start relying on... things... Let's see, okay, so with that... No blocks. Down to 20. That's fine. We got time. Midnight Clock. Okay. So, in the meantime, patient rebuilding. Prowess. Guess we'll swing with the Otter for 1. Down to 23. Not that it matters too much here, but okay. Patient rebuilding here will help us clear out the game. They're out to 25 cards now. We're so close. Thundersteel Colossus. That's okay. I'm going to crew that. It swings. Secret Keeper blocks. Down to 17. So we are just stemming the bleeding at this point. Milling our opponent. Alright. Volatile Faults. So Dissipate's not bad either. Some more milling. Okay. Okay, down to 19. Oof. This is very close. Midnight Clock. Prowess. Let's see. Okay. Only have the Secret Keepers. So in that case, mill our opponent for 5 more. Prowess again. 5. They're down to 14 cards. So can we pull this off here? Take out that Buried Ruins. Okay. I can't have them pulling back cards. That's why I'm trying to do this. Ah, yes. Do you pay the 1? I went against Stax decks once. Never again. Stax is very oppressive and disgusting, by the way, but it is what it is. Okay, no attacks yet. Midnight Clock gets a counter. Okay, so we do have at least enough mana that we can pull out the Mind Skinner again, and hopefully we should have the Dissipate ready to go. Oh, we're so close to actually pulling off a win here against our opponents. They have 13 life. We gotta find a way to get around that. I love Mono Blue Mill and Explore. Just hurts so bad that when my opponent is running Gaia's Blessing. Kind of just have to take the L on that card. Ha. Yeah. I mean, sometimes when I play Mill, and then my opponent is actually playing a deck that counters us. Kind of like how you're seeing right here. We're fighting really good against Greasefang. We managed to exile a ton of their deck. We're still kind of missing out here on a little bit. Our opponent here is very close to actually finishing us off here, so... I don't know if we're going to be able to pull this off now. We're going to try. We are going to try. So, opponents, are they going to take out our cute little Otter? Because that sucks. Dang. This is going to hurt. Ouch. 3 there. That is 13 coming to our face. Speaking of cards, I see an Explorer. Hello, Greasefang. Yep. Yep, Greasefang kind of made Mill really, really hard to work with now. But we're going to try. Okay. Make our opponent Mill. Come on, deck. We're down, but we're not down to 10. Oh. Okay. So, is there any way out of this at all? Like, I can play the Mind Skinner, but I don't know if I can survive the next hit. I don't think I can. Well, Siren Storm Tamer. Well, I can try here, everybody. We're going to try. I don't expect a win at this point, but we are going to try. They have 4 cards in hand. Midnight Clock, ticking up. But hey, we came close here. Down to 10 cards. So close. Unfortunately, we cannot counterspell our way out of this either, so that's a little unfortunate. Maybe I should have put the Siren Storm Tamer down. Oh, actually, hold on. So, protect it from that ability. Okay. But they still have enough creatures. So even if right now they bring in, what is it? The Thundersteel Colossus, we're still dead. Which, that's unfortunate, but that's okay, everybody. We came close. We came so close here. On-shot mechanic. Alright. So that means our opponent's going to turn on the Colossus here. Joy. Oh, well. It's okay. Yep. Swinging. Everyone's swinging. They could put First Strike on their card, which is, you know, it stinks. Don't matter. Dang. So close there. So close. Okay, that's fine, everybody. That's fine. We'll get them next time. Man, down to 10 cards left, though. We were so close on milling them out. But that's okay. We still got that really sweet win from earlier, so I'm going to ride on that one still for the day. I'm also looking at the clock right now. We're looking at a little bit past the halfway point of the stream. But as always, again, I would love to stream a little bit longer with all y'all. But as always, I've got other stuff I got to take care of in the day. But I do appreciate all of you who are here still supporting me. For those of you that are interested, as always, if you're brand new to this, if you're watching the replay of this, be sure to like, follow, and subscribe. We're hoping to see if we can crack at least, at this point, I'm not expecting 2,000 subscribers on YouTube. Anything actually would be appreciated. If you want to follow me on other locations, you can check out all of my other socials. Mostly it's just going to be me kind of recapping things from other places like my Twitter/X. Instagram also puts up all of my fun memes and other stuff. But otherwise, I try to stream every Wednesday right now when I can. Throughout the week, we will have, of course, fun deck techs that you'll be able to see. So hopefully, again, if for those of you that are new to this, that are watching, hopefully, again, you do enjoy all the content. Okay, our opponent is playing werewolves? Wolves? Something? Okay, werewolves. Okay. Okay, swing. No blocks. Down to 24. Okay. Dense Blood. Yes, Greasefang is currently tier 1 in Explorer. Is it? Is Greasefang still number 1 again? Oh boy. I actually did have fun with the card originally. And then everybody else figured out the best way to play it. So it kind of got a little boring after a while. So I kind of just lost interest in that. No attacks. Mono Green Devotion, Greasefang. Am I missing something? I know Vamps a bit when Soren got hit. Blue-White Spirits, maybe. Huh. Okay. So it sounds like right now the main meta is, what, Spirits? I'm guessing Tempo Spirits, Mono Green Devotion, which is a disgusting deck, by the way. But hey, it's just because I personally would like to have, what is that? It's the land, the Nyx land. The one that kind of does what 3 Tree City does, but for colors. That's the card that I just want. I just want that card gone. There's Tutelage. We draw a card, discard a card. Okay, so what do we discard here? I guess... Let me throw away here. I guess we'll throw away the Cylindy Visions. Make our opponent mill. No attacks. Alright, flip into Tovolar. Another land. Yes, Shrine of Nyx. So, yeah. Personally, I think that card needs to leave Explorer. And that's when I think that the format will get a little bit better. Okay, Storm Chaser is now Storm Charge Slasher. They're going to go swinging here. They have Trample, so that kind of stinks for us. Okay, our opponent here is a lot more aggressive, and we don't have enough counter spells that we can stop this, but we're going to try. We will still try. I don't think we're going to be able to pull this off here. Down to 16. Okay, well, our opponent is a lot more aggressive, so unfortunately I don't think we're going to survive this one, but we're going to try. As always, can't give up just yet. Mono green. Fitting color when I'm about to puke. Yeah. Not big on mono green. I could definitely play any deck, but obviously it's just not me personally to play green. Not too often. Usually I put green in mixed in with a different color, so it's either going to be black or blue or red, sometimes white. All right, so snow-covered island. All right, how do we do this here? Asinine Antics. Okay, so we slowed them down just a little bit by turning off all of their creatures and putting curse rolls on them, so they're all little 1/1s, or at least 2/2s. So this does kind of help us out a little bit. Maybe, just a smidge. The Celestis. Rule aggro is a tough matchup, at least early. You need blockers not to get blown out. That is true. But unfortunately, our opponent here, I think, has already kind of got us. There's not really much we're going to have a chance to do here, because, oh, they just took away oh, never mind. They just beat us right now. Oh, well. I guess I wasn't paying attention to how much damage we were getting, but hey, it's fine. It's fine, everybody. Just going to shake that one off. It's cool. Okay. Let's see. Just going to keep jumping on into it. We're just going to keep playing as much as we can to see how many wins or losses at this point we're going to get. But otherwise, if you are interested in the deck, if you do like this deck, and you do want to play it for yourself, at least the variation that I have today, at the very end of the stream, as always, I will make sure to put a copy in the details for both Twitch and YouTube. So that will be coming up. Also, I guess I'll put it also on X, because I forgot I'm streaming to X also. So every platform that has a copy of this streaming, I will make sure to put a copy of the actual deck itself into the rest of it in the details below. So don't worry, you'll get a chance for that. And we will definitely talk about a budget version of this. If you do want to play the deck, but maybe you don't want to spend all of your rares and mythics, there'll be a nice, cheaper way I can pull this off for you. But otherwise, until then, okay, we got the Midnight Clock, which is nice. Collector's Vaults for a little bit of pseudo-ramping, Salindy Visions, into the story. We're not going to be able to mill just yet to get into the story going, but we will get there pretty quick. Hopefully. Okay, so let's see. Opponent is playing... Oh, they're playing an equipment deck. Okay, well, this will be interesting. Okay, Snow-covered island and pass. All right, opponents. So this is also what I was mentioning earlier. If you have the Mind Skinner, you don't have to go the route I took. You can definitely play an equipment version of the deck if you're interested and give it a bunch of power and pump just to get through your stuff. So that actually might be an interesting way if for those of you out there who are more curious about what else you can do with the deck. Collector's Vault. Alright, so I'm guessing, okay, equip Sport 1, equip 3. So I'm going to equip this later on, the plate armor, once they get enough stuff going. However, let's see. Midnight Clock. Alright, here come the counters. So that's actually, hopefully, a way we can get a new hand once we dump out our hand. It could be hammer time. It could be hammer time coming to get us. We'll see. Do they have the hammer, though? Maybe we can mill the hammer before they get to it. Battlefield Raptor. It's 4/5. Okay. It's going to be a little hard to deal with that, but we'll try. Okay, 3 steps ahead. That'll be nice for later. Let's see. Salindy Vision's tapped. And then... Let's see... We're just going to pass. So, I'm guessing our opponent will probably play... If they can get down the Battle Hammer, then I'm probably going to have to counter that. Let's see. Can we stop our opponent before they put down too much equipment? That's the question. I would like to get the Mind Skinner down, but I need to see if our opponent actually will tap out. If not, maybe we can just do some discard... Some, draw and discard with Collector's Vault. Let's see. Opponent is thinking, though. They are definitely thinking about this. Come on, opponents. Anytime now. Anytime now. Well, while our opponent is taking their time to think, or I don't know what they're doing. Oh, okay, there they are. Okay. Protection from blue. Okay, so we can't have that resolved, because otherwise that will kind of completely mess us up here. So we're going to have to counterspell that. That sword's got to go. Otherwise that screws over our whole game plan. At least we still have a shot right now of stopping them. Imagine having the powers of casting MTG spells. What would be OP, no? Well, the only thing I think that would be completely busted if you had any spells would be like what? Like Time Walk? Time Walk is literally just you getting extra time against anybody. So I think that would probably be the most broken thing you could do. Altar of the Brood. Okay, so we're going to do this now. Mill a card. This is going to hurt, but okay. And mills. And mills. Flip again. All right. Okay, opponent. At this point, we have a 3-turn clock. We need to find a way to get rid of that Battlefield Raptor, but we don't have any options just yet. We're going to try, though. But I can't believe we're going to get blown out by a Battlefield Raptor, of all things. I mean, summoning Eldrazi yourself, in theory, would be kind of cool. But this is also are we assuming that you're in full control of the creature? Because the Eldrazi are they're a little scary. And if you say like you could summon it, but you can't control it, then you kind of screw yourself over there. But I'm assuming what you mean is you can control it. Am I right? Okay. But then I don't know if I want a giant, powerful spaghetti monster as my thing. Only just because, I don't know. I think I would rather have spells which allow me to be like, I don't know, like, I don't know. I guess I would say invisible time abilities like Teferi would be actually pretty cool. Just a thought. Okay. Hit them. Okay. So let's see. Into the story. Okay, so with that, one card. And okay, I guess we'll pass here. Down 7. But we are very close. Okay. Well, we don't have a way of countering that. Wait, do we? No, we don't. Okay. Okay, that means either way, we still have a 2-turn clock. Oh, actually, wait, are we dead? Oh, I guess we're dead. Wow. I actually got beat by a raptor. This janky little bird actually beat me. Alright, that's fine. Dang, we actually lost to that. I feel dumb. But okay, that's fine, everybody. Again, we're not expecting to get too many wins with this deck right now. We managed to at least get one massive one, so I will still ride that one, at least until the very end of today. Okay, shaking that off and moving on to the next match. Oh, yes. Yes, yes, yes. So there is an invisibility cloak. I'm not trying to do anything devious. I just want to do, like, you know, fun things I would do with the spells. I have no idea. I don't know. Maybe lightning bolts? You know, shooting lightning bolts out of my hands going and be like something like that. Or maybe like fire abilities. Maybe that would be perfectly fine with me. Considering that I'm going to be a little fireball myself. I don't know. There's like so many spells I realize in the game that actually, now that you got me thinking, like, what would you have as an actual, like, thing that you want? Okay, so we're going to mill 4 for our opponent there. All right, so we milled their black market connections. Okay, those actually were pretty good hits. Okay, so with that, let's play Hydroelectric Specimen on tapped. And actually put down Siren Storm Tamer. This gives us now a little bit of protection once we get the Mind Skinner down. Neva, Stalked by Nightmares. Such an enchantment. So with that, Psychic Corrosion. Just slow incremental mill is what we're going to have. Okay, opponent, what do you got? Another Snow-Covered Plains. Key to the archive. I hate this card so much. This card of all the cards in Brawl, I don't know, this one tilts me the most. Well, actually, no, hold on. Rusco, that clockmaker that makes all those midnight clocks for free, that's the one that tilts me the most. But Key to the Archive, everyone plays this right now in Brawl. It's basically the One Ring in alchemy form, at least in my opinion. Disgusting card, by the way. Disgusting. Okay, the Mind Skinner. For one. Okay. Phew. Okay, so we avoided at least another removal spell, but now we're definitely shields down. So if our opponent has any wraths or removal, we're in a bad spot. Can we survive the turn? Black Market Connections was great mill. Yes, I do agree. Phew, I'm so glad we got rid of that. That wrong. Okay. Okay, our opponent has got a copy of this, which is kind of annoying, but okay. Thankfully, we also have Murmuring Mystic coming, so that is nice for us. Okay. Didn't really get a chance to do much with that, but that's okay. Nil 2. Okay, so... How... We'll just keep attacking here. Get 10 more cards down. So they're down to 69. 69. Nice. But okay, for reals. I guess we'll put this down just for protection purposes, and we'll pass here. Okay. So right now, the game plan... Yes, we got to leave up the counter at least for one turn. I do have removal, thankfully, and some extra protection. Ooh. We'll let them dig their deck out. I mean, Demonic Tutor... See, this is also why I don't like alchemy cards. Look at that. They basically got a free Demonic Tutor off of an alchemy card. Come on. See? And again, one of the legitimate concerns I have is when you're playing... Okay, hold on. I think this is the turn to do it. Alright, so we counterspelled their commander. They'll 3 more. So, as I was saying, Key to the Archive is not in the spirit of Brawl. Or at least Commander also. So Brawl Commander, however you want to look at it. Because these cards, they create new cards. And I know some people argue that, well, Infernoman... we get to have tokens, and those are created from cards, but tokens go away when they leave the battlefield. When you play alchemy cards, this makes an actual copy of a card, and you actually can cast it, and it stays permanent the entire game. Which is why I don't like alchemy cards. Because it honestly, it kind of, again, goes against the 100-card singleton format. So that's very, I don't know, I think that's just unfair. That's really unfair for what it does. But that's, again, just me. Okay. Murmuring Mystic. So, but enough of me complaining. I will try to get through this. Yes. That kind of was. Okay, so we managed to mill some more, which is good. Okay, so we have Slip Out the back also to protect the Mind Skinner if it gets really bad. Okay. Wow, we actually got a lot of good hits off that. We got rid of quite a few of their wraths, which is nice. Phew. But, hopefully we'll be able to stop our opponent here. Okay, Brilliant Restoration. Gross. So they get to bring all of their artifacts and enchantments back. Lovely. Absolutely lovely. Wonderful. Just wonderful. But at the very least, we could slip out the back of one turn here. Dang. Yeah, our opponent got us here. Yeah. But that's also why I was mentioning, like, yeah, Demonic Tutor is banned in Brawl, but you can kind of cheat it out from Key to the Archive. That's why I was not happy with that turn, but hey. I mean, until Wizards says anything else, I'll lose 5 life here. Put the counter on it. Yep, it is what it is. So see, you can see, they make more cards that are literally... Come on, see, this is not fair. In paper, these would be tokens. In paper, these would be tokens. They wouldn't be in your hand. If anybody tells me, like, well, alchemy cards don't hurt the game in Arena, Infernoman, I respectfully disagree. Look at this. Come on. If these at least were tokens on the field, that's one thing. But these are all permanents in his hand. Come on. Disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. So they basically have all of these in hand. And look at it. Now they can play them all. Which is, yeah. I'm not happy with that. Block with one bird. It matters. Alright. Back. They put the coin counters on our other creatures here. Yeah. Alchemy cards are... See, also, that's another problem I'm having is Wizards stated that they will make the tweaks to these cards as much as possible, but they haven't really done that at all. I mean, that's just... Like, look at that. We're already in a really bad spot right now because of what they did. Asinine Antics. So we turned them all into 1/1s, which I guess is okay, but it's not really going to help us all that much here. But we'll try. Okay, down to 30. Okay. They have 33 cards left in hand. 32 cards. 30 life. Black Market Connection's doing this thing. We managed to nerf their whole team, so that does slow them down just a little bit, but it's still not enough. Okay, come on, opponents. What other shenanigans do you got for me? Sigil of the Empty Throne. Okay. Well, I think I don't know if I think at this point we might be done. We probably may not win this one, but we're going to try. We'll try a little bit longer, because, I mean... The Asinine Antics at least slowed them down. Just a little bit. But I don't know if it was enough to actually beat them. Shieldred. Alright. Okay. Sacrifice. Put another Black Market Connection on. Opponent, what else do you have? Exquisite Blood. Okay. Yep. And look at, they keep making more copies. Come on. If they actually took the time to balance these consistently, that would be one thing. But they didn't. And they still haven't taken the time to actually look at this. Just, I don't know. I don't like this at all. Jeez. Okay. I'm not going to try to complain too much, everybody. I know. I don't mean to do that much on this stream. But turns like this are, again, really what kind of make me feel dejected sometimes when I at least play the game. Not all the time. It's just alchemy cards. You guys want it? Yeah, I lost the Brawl because of it. I was also close to winning, too. Oh, sorry, my man. Again, hopefully next time you'll get your win. I believe in you. Blue Sport. They've put into paper a few of the alchemy cards now, even though they aren't legal. Clockmaster of the Bird. Yes, I know that they made copies of them. And they just feel really, really awkward because of that. I don't know. I guess I'm just never going to be a fan of what alchemy represents for the game. Again, puts stuff out there. This game is pretty much over. Unless if we have a way to bounce everything back and we don't. That's pretty much it. Like, I can try right here. I could swing. I can mill 11, down to 16. Dang, we're so close. And then, you know what? I'm just going to do this now, just out of pettiness. Nothing more than just me being petty. There you go. Exile your whole thing, opponents. And let's see, so we got them down to like, what, 14? We're down to 7. We're not going to survive. That's okay. I'm just going to do it there, everybody. That Brilliant Restoration is what really kind of changed the game for us. But hey, I mean, that was absolutely a legit card versus the disgustingness of alchemy. But overall, it's okay. It's okay, everybody. We will try to get the next couple wins. We're going to get a couple more wins. At least hopefully a legitimate win, not a rage quit win. Okay. Oh, our opponent's playing Vorinclex. Maybe we can try to counter that before it's too late. Oh, well, thankfully we do have a counter spell in hand here. Oh, we have a turn 1 Altar of the Brood? Nice. This is actually much better. Okay, our opponent has Leyline of Abundance already. Oh, jeez. Oh, this is going to be a wonderful match. But we're going to try, everybody. I will try. Vorinclex, however, is gnarly with Leyline of Abundance out already. But we will try. Fill a card. Ooh, man. That would have been scary. Okay, pass here. Come on, opponents. Yeah, the stacks of Vorinclex is not a very fun one, but we're going to try. Okay, Lofty Denial. So at this point, we need to be dirty too. Counter spells for days. That's all we have to do to get around this. Let's see. Okay, so with that, mill, psychic corrosion. So we got to take a turn off for psychic corrosion. Mill again. Okay, so that's all in place. We'll get the Mind Skinner down once we know we can. Fauna Shaman. Ooh, Brewback is not bad either. Oh, our opponent gave up already. Yay. Phew, I really did not want to have to deal with that oppressiveness. But okay, I guess our opponent thought we were worse. So, hey, I'll take that win. I thought they were going to be able to beat us down, but okay. A win's a win, I guess. Yeah, there's a ley line. Of all the ley lines right now, that mono red one is actually the one right now that's really breaking standard. I actually have tried the card out. It is absolutely disgusting. And this is coming from me. I am a mono red player. I love aggro, and I do love what the deck is trying to do, but it feels a little unfair because it is coming out for free. Now, having said that, I actually have an idea for that deck, but I want to put it into a more broken format where I feel the card actually feels appropriate. And of course, I thought of maybe we could put together a timeless version of the standard deck. But again, we're going to get it more powered up with more higher powered cards in that format. I don't know. Let me know in the comments below if you'd like to see a Line of Resonance deck in Timeless. Because I think that's where the deck feels more appropriate, where everything is much more faster. Okay, so in the meantime, though, we're going to jump into our next match here. Blue Spork. The issue with that ley line is in best of 1, it's broken. In best of 3, you can sideboard to beat it, but it is extremely punishing if you only get best of 1. I will say, that is true. The deck feels very gnarly if you're playing best of 1. I do tend to play best of 1. That's mostly not so much because I always want to. Best of 1 is honestly what works best for a content creator perspective, and that's the reason why I do it. Okay, mill 1 card. Okay, so opponent is playing Ashnod. So, I'll be seeing a lot of zombies or artifacts. We'll see. Opponent. Grandma's Crown. Do we care about this? I guess we'll just counterspell it before it does any shenanigans. Opponent will swing. Maybe. Collector's Vault. Yellow Climber. Phew, okay. We will play Psychic Corrosion. Mill a card. Oh, phew. The Jukabog is gone. That's good. Loose work. Wizard says they are keeping an eye on it because it's a turn 2 kill in standard is insane. And yes, everyone mostly plays best of 1 in arena, so they should probably address it, at least for the parity. That commander is very slept on. I expect to see a lot of RAM. Opponent right here is swinging. They're gaining life. We actually don't care that they gain life. All we just care about is just milling them out before it's too late. So with that, mill again. We will play Collector's Vault. Mill again. Okay. So right now, I don't know if Asinine Antics is going to help us here. So I might have to just dump that. We'll see. Tarian Soul Cleaver. Okay, so our opponent is going to try to go the Voltron route, but they can also sacrifice other creatures to make those Power Stones. Let's see where they go with this. They swing again. Okay. They gain some life. They go up to 29. We'll do a card draw. We will throw away Asinine Antics. We get to mill again. Okay. Phew. Oh, Portal Fire actually had dropped. Okay, that was too close. Hedron Archive also gone. Environmental Sciences. We draw and again and do some more milling. Okay. So at the very least right now, our milling plan is kind of working without the Mind Skinner. So that's actually kind of nice. Get an island. Play. Back up to 22. We mill again. Let's see. Well,
I'm expecting them at some point to then put down something that'll hurt us. So I might as well put the Mind Skinner down now. Ooh, Meat Hook Massacre gone. Okay. Phew. A little too close there, even if we're not playing a ton of creatures. Blue Spork. I also love red. My favorite color. I currently play Rakdos Lizards in Standard. Then split up my take. I just don't like the Standard format. I'm more of an Explorer and Brawl player. Well, I mean, Standard right now is actually not too bad. If they just kind of get rid of the Leyline of Resonance, I actually think that Standard is in a really good spot. Explorer is also in a good spot too. There are maybe like 1 or 2 cards I personally would get rid of, and it's actually a pretty sweet format overall. So only maybe like 1 or 2 formats do need to get a slight adjustment. And I think actually we're in a really good spot with a lot of our stuff. The one time I have Archive Trap and our opponent is not playing any single fetch land. Alright, well, I guess we'll have to just let that go. Which is annoying, but that's fine. Put that back in. Alright, we'll play it again. Okay, if they start putting up all of their removal against our Mind Skinner, that's fine too. So the way we're going to do this is we will draw, make them mill some more, and then keep milling with our card draw. Let's see. Lifelink, Vigilance, Trample. Well, do I block here? No, actually I will not. We still have time, so I'm not going to need to block for now. We go down to 17. They go up to 32. But again, we don't really care too much about their life gain. All we just care about is trying to mill them out ASAP. They're at 68. But I currently play Room Control, Mono Red Chandra, and I play Laughing Jasper Flint Brawl deck. Oh yeah. Laughing Jasper is also disgusting, but he's actually a pretty cool card, and actually one of the better cards that we got from Thunder Junction. I'll definitely say he's actually really good. Okay. Well. Alright. Maybe we should have blocked. I guess. Okay. So they get more pump. Drown Secrets. Okay. So Archive Trap, I guess we're just going to dump. Okay, keep milling. And mill. Draw some more cards. Teresian Mindbreaker is not bad either. So with that, Drown Secrets. And then, well, we have enough now where we can mill this for a ton, but we gotta wait a turn. So in the meantime, Collector's Vault, draw again. Throw away the Mindbreaker. Alright, more mill, more mill. All the Storm Giants. Okay, so the way we do this here is, I think we'll do it this way. Mindbreaker. They are tapped out. So all we just got to do is swing. Mill a ton. Down to 29. Okay, not too bad. We are going to lose, of course, this, but that's okay. That's not bad. Either way, the Unearth would have just killed it anyway. So we're kind of close to the end here. We're at 28. But let's see if we can try to find a way around them. We also have the Hall of the Storm Giants if we need to in a pinch. Okay, draw again. More milling. Okay, so Snow-Covered Island. 25. Okay, so with that, Maddening Cacophony. More, no, 2 more. 23. We're so close right here. So close. Slickshot Show-Off is the MVP of Thunder Junction. Yes. That card is extremely... Okay, Exile and Enchantment we control. Okay. We still got the trigger off of that, so... Kill a bunch more. Down to 11. So at this point, we're very close. Can we get there? Our opponent has a ton of stuff they can bring out, which is a little scary, but we have a turn. 1 turn to beat them. I don't know if we can do it, but we're going to try here. Okay, for a Poral Sword. Yes. I do like Slick Shot Show Off a lot. I actually do like the card quite a bit. But, let's see, hold on, wait. Can they beat us here? I don't think they can just yet. One turn. Okay. Well. Down to 1. Oof. If we can bounce away Ashnod. Actually, I don't know if we can. I'll try. Okay, land. Okay. We're getting close to the end here. Can we do this? 9. 7. Oh boy. Wash away. That doesn't help at all. Ooh, so close. 5. Is there any way around this? They have trample too. Okay, this is a tough turn right here. We either keep the mana up to block with Hall of the Storm Giants, but we're down to... No, they have trample anyway. Okay. They have trample anyway, so we might as well just go all in here. We'll see. Draw a card. Okay. Throw away the wash away. That doesn't help us. Okay, down to 5. 4. 2. Oh, are we short just 1? Wait. Did we get there? Wait, they're down to 2. Did we get there? Down to 1. Oh my goodness. Ah, we did it! We milled them out! Yes! We did it! Yes! It doesn't matter what they do. Yes, we got the win! Mine Skinner! We just played the cards and we got... Yes! I'll take that win. Woo! Oh my goodness, literally down to the wire. We barely had enough to just mill out the rest of their game plan. Oh, yes. Even without the Mind Skinner swinging there. Wow, Altar of the Brood here has been a all-star card. I didn't think this cute little combo here actually worked really well. Oh man, that was so nice. Whoa. Woo! I feel like I had no business winning that one, but we got there just barely. Wow. That was hype. I was excited for that one. Oh man, I was so glad we hung in there. Sometimes again, it looks like there was no hope left, but we got there. Oh man, I'll take that. I'll take that one so hard. Okay, yes. Okay, so we got 2 really sweet wins today that I'm going to try to put together at least in a short or maybe just a quick little, I don't know, YouTube video. I know recently YouTube Shorts now have been extended to 3 minutes. So maybe we can put that together in a cute little highlight that'll get more people hyped to check out this stuff. Man, that was great. That was so good. So good. Okay. All right, I'm also looking at the clock. We're getting close to the end. Not just quite yet. Maybe we can get in 1 or 2 more games, and we should be... we'll be ending it soon. I know I would love to play more with you guys, but unfortunately I do have to take care of grown-up stuff. But don't worry. As always, we'll make sure to have another great game, or at least another awesome stream next week for all of you. I'm not sure what I want to stream next week, but we're going to try to see what we can do. Okay, Lalea. Sorry, opponent, you're going to have to get that countered for now. Have you gotten the Fraying Sanity one time yet? No, we haven't, but that's okay. I'm surprised we managed to get down at least the 2 victories we got today. So actually, that's been pretty sweet. So, let's see. We'll pass here. So I think I can get the Mind Skinner down next turn, and then maybe if our opponent tries to get cheeky with a Leia, I can bounce it away with the Ether Spell Bomb. Okay, so with that... Actually, hold on. Hold on. No, we'll save that. We'll save that. We'll save that. Okay, so let's see. Snow-covered island. Mind Skinner. Pass. Okay, opponents. Are you going to try to do your shenanigans with Lalea? Okay. Opponent's trying to do it. Do they swing? They do. You know they're gonna swing. Maybe? Oh, they don't swing. Okay. Interesting. Okay, so with that, we will Environmental Sciences. Get a land. Alright. We swing. So as I figured, they're doing the Leia shenanigans deck. So it's basically just going to mean that they don't really have any spells. They're going to try to exile everything just to get their win. But the good news is we have tempo plays that are going to stop them. So no matter what they try to do here, they're going to get bounced. No matter what they do, they are going to get bounced. Oh yes, we are doing really good right now. Discovery. Okay, so with that, let us Fey Flight. Hexproof. Sorry, opponent. You get nothing. Okay, so watch. They're going to do their thing. Oh, okay, so they got one. We'll take damage here. That's actually fine. We don't mind the damage for, like, one. Gossip's talent. Okay. I guess we'll just... Actually, we're going to keep everything open. Kill him again. More lands are gone. I mean, you can do your shenanigans, opponent, but I'm going to see if I can just fight around you. Some way, somehow, we are going to fight around our opponent here. Yeah, they're going to try to cheese me with the Cascade Discover, but we are thankfully ready for that, so they can do it if they want to, and we'll be fine. Because once they get a little too strong, we do have tempo here that we can easily bounce around, so I'm not worried. And we do have protection with counter spells and also slip out the back. We can actually slip out the back there to Leia if we had to in a pinch. Okay, down to 63. So this is going to be a literal game of attrition here, where we're just going to try to see how much damage we can do, or at least how much milling we can do before they try to pull off their shenanigans. At the very least, getting rid of all these lands means that that's less likely of a hit they're gonna take. They have 5 cards in hand. Are they all lands, or are they trying to hold off until they get their cascade going? I guess we'll find out. Yeah, I'm just gonna keep hitting them with Skinner, and we're just gonna hold up all of our mana just to interact if they can, in case they try to do anything wild here. Okay, so with that, I think what we'll do here is they don't have protection. So here's what they're going to do. I'll let them do their thing. Go ahead, opponent. You know what? That's fine. That's fine, opponent. So we have ways of getting around this. All right. So we got to do this carefully. Ooh, that's a lot of counters. Okay, opponents. Opponents, you were not going to get me with your cheesy win there. I was ready for you. Too bad, opponent. I appreciate the gimmick. It is a fun gimmick. It's a really derpy one. It's definitely janky. It's the kind of gimmick that I like to do, but too bad, opponent. We had so many ways to stop you there. We tapped your thing down. Even if you had interaction, or even if you were going to fling it, we had an Ether Spell Bomb ready to go. We were ready. We were definitely ready for them. Maybe next time, opponent. Maybe next time. Got him. All right. We'll take that. Okay, so let's see. I think this one right here might be, depending on how long this one takes, might be our final match for today, everybody. I would love to, of course, as always, continue playing as long as I can, but of course I got to take care of also my grown-up stuff. But I do appreciate all of you today. Thanks again for hanging in there. Thank you for all of you that were there for all my sweet wins today, and even my awkward losses. Win or lose, I appreciate all of you that are watching. And don't worry, as always, there will be, of course, the replays. So if you missed any of the content at any point, whether you pieced out, you came back in, or you're just watching this later on YouTube, X, or even Twitch, don't worry. It'll all be there, just as long as, again, you can just check it out at any time. And we'll put in more details so that we can check out, again, how if you want to put this together yourself and have even more fun. Phew, okay. So with that, let's play our Snowbird Island. What are we playing again? Let's see. Life gain deck? Okay. Interesting. They want to play life gain. I don't see too many people playing Lethael here, the unicorn. So this will be interesting. Okay. So if we can get our bounce spells, we can keep them away from doing their shenanigans, but we'll see. We have a Sink as a Stupor, so we also can bounce it away that way too. We also have Disdainful Stroke, which is nice, because that does counter the unicorn. Passion Orator. Okay. That's okay too, opponent. So I guess we're just going to do it now. We just want to start milling their stuff ASAP. Unless if they have a way to, like, lock out our Mind Skinner, I think we should be good. Right? I think we should be good. Okay, Voice of the Blessed. Okay. Opponent, go for it. That's fine. But we will find a way to stop it. Snow-covered island. So here's how we do this. I think we'll just hold off. Because I'm guessing that unicorn should be coming in next turn. Right? After that, though, we should be good to go start putting in the rest of our spells. Oh, don't tell me they're going to have an Aethervolux Reservoir. That'll be disgusting if they do that. But we'll see. We will see. I still believe, like, again, win or lose, this will most likely be it. So let's just see what our opponent's going to try to do here. We also have, thankfully, an Into the Story, so we can refuel our hand very quickly here. Okay, come on, opponent. You going to play your unicorn? Do it. Nope. Denied. At least going to have to wait another turn for that. All right, they swing. Okay, with just Voice of the Blessed, that's fine. Okay, Rewind's not bad either. Also false. Put this down. We have... Okay, I think we have enough time to do this. On blue. Swing here. Mill 11. Okay. It's still going to be a while, but I have now Sink in the Stupor just in case if they make the Voice of the Blessed too strong. So that does give us a little bit of time to work with. I could use at least one more. Okay, Sad Robot. That's fine. Does mean that Voice of the Blessed gets pumped a little bit more, so we might have to slow it down now. We'll see. They gain life. Okay, it's got flying now. Fountain of Renewal. Alright. 2 swings here. Do we block? That's 8 damage. That's a lot. Gotta slow him down. Bounce it back. Down to 19. Okay, Unify the Villain's Lair is not bad either. So I think at this point we'll just keep swinging. Swinging away. Oh. I think our opponent got us. I think our opponent just got us here. Wow. Wow. Do I even bother playing at this point? I can't even counter that. Like, I don't have an ability counter in it. Yeah, I think we're just going to cut it there. Well, that's embarrassing. I'll do Shame Scoop. I will do the Shame Scoop today. Oh, well. I guess we'll get him next time. Maybe I'll put this on the highlight reel for the YouTube short. Maybe I'll just do that. Just to have a little bit of fun. But okay. You win, opponents. You win. Okay. Well, I think I might just end it right there. Let's actually now take the time to talk about this deck. So, Nightmare Mill. So, that was our Nightmare Mill deck for you for Brawl, everybody, / Commander. And you tell me in the comments below, or if you want to tell me here on the stream right now in the replay, wherever you want. What do you think? Would you play this deck in any way, shape, or form? Truth be told, I actually did like the deck. It actually was a lot of fun with how it worked. I realized that the card is designed so that way each opponent would get milled. So this is actually pretty sweet if you actually want to put this together. Although, keep in mind that even if you put this together in a 4-player Commander deck, you're still going to be literally facing an uphill battle. Mostly just because there's not too many mill cards that affect every player. But even when one-on-one, this is actually hilariously fun. You saw today, we had some really sweet wins, but we also had a couple of embarrassing losses. So keep that in mind with this deck. You can kind of build this in a couple of different flexible ways. So from our observations today, all we realistically would like to have is, I would just like a backup plan with Murmuring Mystic and Talrand, just to at least kind of create a little bit more of a go-wide strategy in case if you couldn't swing with the Mind Skinner. We didn't get a chance to do that all that much today. Mostly our focus was just to get the Mind Skinner swinging as much as we can and protecting it with counter spells, which is a perfectly fine strategy. But just know that it might take a while because, again, it is 100 card format. Having said that, if you want to take it into a different direction, as I mentioned earlier, you could also go with, say, equipment. So if we were to look this up real quick. Wait, hold up. I can't spell. There we go. Okay, so with equipment, you do have some options even in mono blue. So cards that I would recommend if you actually want to take this into that style is you got cards like the reality chip here that can help you just cast stuff off the top of your library. You have cards that will make sure that you can bounce things back and forth, like Cryptic Coat here, Curse Windbreaker, and give you Manifest Dread, which is really sweet. If you need to dig stuff out, you can use cards like Anchor to Reality to pull out those cards. If you're looking to just do straight out extra damage, so that way you can mill faster, cards like Bone Splitter, Basilisk Collar here to give you some stabilization, Lava Spurt Boots for an extra bit of pump and protection. There's realistically, I think I might consider doing this again in the future. Maybe if we just do like an equipment style. You can even play like Hammer Time with this. It won't be as efficient as the Boros colors, but it is kind of hilarious if you can pull that off. Cards like Ghostfire Blade, Shadow Spear also is really sweet for you too, to help you again maybe gain some life. If you can turn off also Mindskinner's damage prevention, that also can be an interesting way to actually work with it. But I don't know if there's any blue cards that can help you out with that style of game plan. But yes, the biggest advantage, of course, is even in mono blue, you get access to all the colorless equipment that actually can help you just pump up the Mindskinner, do a ton of extra damage. Not real damage, but actually just extra milling. So that's another direction I would recommend for the deck if you actually want to play this in a completely different way. And also would actually be pretty fun because most opponents are never going to see that coming. So something to keep in mind for you. Now, if you do want to play this, say, on a budget, now the best way I would probably recommend for you, as always, is just go as simple as you can with the mana base. So if we were to do this, so for example, let's say... Let's look at this right now real quick. So we'll just name this one budget. Okay, so if you're looking at a budget version, thankfully the land base, the mana base isn't too bad here. You can just cut all the Storm Giants. You do this, kind of can cut the Fountain Port. And I probably would keep in at least Scavenger Grounds just to give you a little bit of graveyard hate, at least for mono blue, which is a little trickier as is. Put in 30 islands, that's really all you need. As far as cards I would probably cut Mirror Room. I would probably cut... Well, you definitely want to keep the Mindbreaker, so that's P1 we want to keep. You probably could cut Patient Rebuilding, so that's 2 right there. You probably could cut Archive Trap, that's another 3 right there. Keep Talrand just to give you a backup game plan here. Keep the Rewind, Devious Cover-Up, S9 Anti. This one can be one you can debate, because there is one card I did not put into the main deck that maybe I probably will put into in a future version. And that'll be, of course... If you can afford it, let's see, hold on. Do it that way. Wait, where is it at? Do I have a copy of it? Oh, there it is. So yeah, if you want to spend the extra money, Cyclonic Rift actually would be a better upgrade for you than I realize in Asinine Antics. So probably something that I probably would put in next time in the future if you actually want to go that route. It is expensive, both to cast and also to actually pay a copy for, but something that, again, if you do want to try this in Arena, that might be a better option for you, just as an FYI. Forgot to mention that earlier. And as far as other cards you can cut that may not help you out with this game plan currently, so we'll probably cut Asinine Antics just for a second there. Let's see. As far as combing the rest of the deck to see what else you can cut, you don't really need to cut too many things, and you can still do it. Brazen Borrow, we didn't get a chance to really play it at all, so probably could cut that. Otherwise, most of the other stuff here is actually pretty cheap. Midnight Clock can be argued back and forth. You can say you can keep this if you want to refuel your hand, or you can keep a copy of it. But for now, let's say we'll cut it for now. Keep Brewvac, of course. Swift Boots, of course, keep. Sapphire Medallion, I probably would actually take the time to save this and just use it just to keep. Reckoner Bankbuster, you probably can cut. And then, let's see, Counterspell. Counterspell is actually a common, so just FYI for Arena, because for some reason Arena makes this a rare. Go figure. Sweet Oblivion, Savitar Chimera. Let's see. Lucanalus. Maddening Cacophony, I would probably argue to keep, just in case. Lofty Denial, we can keep. Gossip's Talent. Gossip's Talent, okay, that's fine too. Fate Flight. Drowned Secrets, keep that. Disdainful Stroke, Dazzling Denial, Confounding Conundrum. This is another one of those cards that, this one is more towards the meta style. If you're dealing with maybe game opponents that are going to do a lot of ramp, keep Confounding Conundrum. If you don't feel like you're going to deal with a lot of ramp decks, you can cut this card if you need to. So as an example, Compelling Argument, Begging Veil Keep, Altar of the Brood was an all-star today. I would definitely keep this no matter what. You see the guard approach, Witness Protection, Wash Away, Unable to Scream, 3 steps ahead. 3 steps ahead, I probably would keep 2, also because it's a flexible spell, so that's actually pretty nice for you. Stubborn Denial, great. Storm Chaser's Chase. We didn't get too much value out of this, but I would probably keep it anyway, just to give you, again, another way to kind of create more tokens and go wide if you have to in a pinch. Otherwise, I think that's mostly it for the cuts. You don't really need to cut anything else. So what does this leave us with, you may be wondering? Yes, for the cuts here, we probably actually could put in, as you just mentioned right now, this is where I was mentioning, when you mentioned earlier the persistent petitioners, this is actually where now those copies can come in. In paper, they're a little expensive, but that's only just because of the gimmick they provide. So what do I mean by that? So if we were to do this, okay, hold on. Let me find the card real quick. Let's see, is it a 2-drop? I think it's a 2-drop. So we're going to look it up real quick. So this is, again, an alternate way. There it is. I would probably say maybe like 10 copies, I would say, minimum, if you want to run Persistent Petitioners. So what is this card? For those of you that were unaware, if you want to play on a budget, at least in Arena, Persistent Petitioners is basically free. So it's a Human Advisor. It's a 2 mana. For 1 mana, you tap this, and also tap target player mills a card. You can tap 4 of the advisors if you have them, and then your opponent has to mill 12 cards. The good news, of course, is, again, the card, you can play as many copies as you want in your mill deck, which is great. And in Arena, since this is a common, that's basically free. So this is a solid card. If you want to play it at least digitally to give you extra fill-in for the deck, and it actually will not kill you all that much on the cost. It will, of course, be, as I mentioned earlier, expensive actually in actual paper, but that's not too bad, honestly, for us. As for to make the room for all 10 copies, I probably would say, we'll probably would get rid of some of our weaker mill effects. So I'd probably get rid of Compelling Argument here. And then if I wanted to make maybe one more cut, I know I usually don't like to do this, but I'll cut 1 land. So that puts you at a total of, so you can see right here, for the stats for the budget version, average mana curve is about 2.3, which is pretty fine. You're looking at 21 creatures now, 23 instants, 5 sorcery, 7 artifacts, 9 enchantments, 35 lands. Does look low, but remember, we're also utilizing modal lands. So if that was 35 hard lands, that would be 36, 37, 38, 39 total lands. Not, of course, including the ramp that you'll do. So I think this is actually, this right here is a good budget version. So this would only cost you with the Mind Skinner 1 rare. And then just combing it real quick for you. We're looking at 1, 2 rares, 3 rares, 4, 5, 6. It's actually not too bad right now. 7, even though this should be a common. 7, 8, 9. Try to get through all this. 9. Let's see, where is it at? 10, 11. And there you go. That's actually 12 rares. 12 rares total for this budget deck is actually really, really good for you. I don't know why cards like Bolt and Counterspell are all rares in Arena. Yeah, I blame the Mystical Archives for that. But honestly, now that those have been out now for years, you would think they would have given us the cheaper versions already. At least Faithless Looting, thankfully from Innistrad Remastered, finally has the common copy. So I'm glad that that actually lowered the cost, even though I already spent the rares on that. So they owe me rares. Wizards, you owe me those rares, FYI. But yes, so going back to this, if we made this budget, the budget version you see here is now only 12 rares and mythics, which is actually really, really perfectly fine. And you can still manage to pull off the game plan with everything we have here. So this is, again, I'll recommend this. I think I'll keep this budget version if you do want to play the cheaper one in the details. I'll, of course, put the link for the main one as well in there. But otherwise, that's mostly it for you for today, everybody. Thanks again for hanging in there. I appreciate all of you one more time. Shout outs, of course, Dense Planet. Always a pleasure to have you here. Blue Spork, thanks again for joining us over on YouTube, of course, Sparks, I know you're there. I know you jumped in, of course, with your other profile there. But either way, thanks again, everybody, for joining me for today. If you do want to see, again, what are we planning for the future? Well, since you've stuck around this far into the actual stream, my true fiery friends, you'll get to see right here, what are we doing for the future? So I mentioned this earlier, but we're looking at right here. This is the next deck tech that we're going to be putting out this weekend, Overlord Reanimator. So I'm already finishing up the recordings for this. Mostly it's just me spending the rest of the day editing and doing my adult stuff. But again, this is coming soon. This will be our next big deck tech, and I'm actually really hyped for this one. This has a lot of fun footage that I managed to clip, so don't worry, that's coming soon. As far as other future deck techs that are coming soon, I think next week we'll probably take a lighter break, and I'm probably going to go back to my Basically series where I can make some super ultra budget decks. We definitely have still a couple of timeless decks I want to start getting into eventually. I want to jump back into timeless, but again, we're going to be also checking out soon MTG Foundations. I have no idea how that's going to look power-wise, but I'm hoping we'll get at least some new cards in there that'll actually be fun for us to build some better budget decks for the future as we get near the end of this year. Otherwise, everyone, I had a really fun time with all of you today. I'm kind of now tired a little bit, but I've got to take care of my other stuff. Thanks one more time for everybody that did hang in there. I appreciate all of you. We will definitely be back next week for yet another deck tech. And with that, that's basically it for today, everybody. I hope you all had a wonderful time. Have a great week out there. Have a fun, safe time. Play as much as you can. Get your wins in. Get those dailies done. I'll definitely have to finish this up when I have time. But otherwise, the only other final thing I just want to say to all of you is, just remember that no matter what you do play in the game of life, always be sure to burn bright. We'll see you next week, everybody. Later.